Mallory is going to an out-of-state boarding school. She wonders how people will react when she's gone. The Babysitters Club will miss her. Her family will basically forget about her and move on to other stuff. But her classmates at school? They're gonna be so disappointed. If Mallory's gone, who are they gonna make fun of all the time? Stony Brook Middle School has lost its favorite punching bag. Argo Font Book Review. Argo Font Book Review. This book is written by Ellen Miles. Mallory attends her last Babysitters Club meeting ever. They remember all the good times they've had with Mallory. There's a goodbye party, and Mallory bids farewell to her siblings. Normally, I would complain the book doesn't really start until 35% of the way through, but to be honest, I liked this drawn-out goodbye. It was neat seeing references to the previous Mallory books, and everybody got a chance to say goodbye. It was nice. Approximately 3 seconds after Mallory leaves, her brothers and sisters start a huge fight over who gets to have her bedroom. Vanessa shouldn't get a whole room to herself, right? The triplets make a power play, Claire cries, and Vanessa acts like Mallory's dead. Mallory arrives at Riverbend. She meets Pam, who's in charge of the dorm. She quickly makes friends with Smita Narula, the other new 6th grader. Mallory is rudely woken up by her new roommate, Alexis DeCamp. Alexis gives Mallory a long list of rules to follow. Alexis refuses to let Mallory have any space in the room, and she thinks Mallory's clothes are ugly. This roommate relationship is not starting off on the right foot. Mallory loves her first day of school. Classes are so interesting and different. Unlike her old school, kids actually care about learning. Things are great until Mallory returns to her room.
Alexis was there. In fact, she was sitting on my bed, reading my journal.
Alexis lies and says Mallory's private journal was left out in the open where anyone could read it. Besides, she doesn't want to read Mallory's journal anymore because it's boring. Ouch! Back at home, the fight over Mallory's room continues. The triplets try to reassemble their beds, Nicky chains himself to a bed, and Vanessa rearranges the furniture. You know, what's gonna happen when Mallory comes home for the summer? Where is she gonna sleep? Does anyone give any thought to this? No. Mallory learns Alexis already had 2 roommates. Alexis was just as terrible to them. She steals Mallory's earrings without asking, and she quotes Mallory's journal in 2 different classes. What a jerk. For a brief moment, it seems like things will get better. Mallory realizes Alexis is misbehaving because she doesn't have any friends. Alexis timidly apologizes for being so mean. Less than 5 minutes later, she goes back to insulting Mallory and trying to take over the closet space. Mallory starts avoiding Alexis, which doesn't help much. After Alexis throws a fit over Mallory's friends, Pam suggests they should sit down and talk about their problems. That worked in the last book, after all. Mallory starts with awkward small talk, typical Mallory. Alexis figures Mallory is trying to apologize for being the worst roommate ever. No, Alexis, you're the bad roommate, not Mallory. When Mallory mentions some of the bad things Alexis has done, Alexis gets mad and accuses Mallory of bringing up old wounds for no reason. I said your diary's boring. Why are you still mad about this? At home, Mallory's mom and dad are so desperate to avoid parenting their own children, they offer to pay the Babysitters Club double to stop the kids from fighting. It's almost like the Pikes have forgotten how to deal with their kids after forcing Mallory to be the substitute parent for years. It's decided the 3 girls will be together and the boys will split up into groups of 2. That fixes the room situation. The school finally takes Mallory's complaints seriously when Alexis destroys a care package. There's a big meeting with the dean. Alexis paints herself as the victim, saying Mallory's an unforgiving jerk who refuses to make friends. The dean offers 2 suggestions as to how the girls can share the room with minimal conflict. Alexis gets mad, runs to the room, and starts destroying it. She yells until she's forced to leave the dorm, and nobody sees her again. I'm sorry, that's how the book should have ended. What actually happens is that Mallory becomes roommates with her friend Jen, Alexis gets a single room all to herself. So Alexis is rewarded for being terrible to everyone. The end. Post-book follow-up. I like this book. I don't think it's the best Mallory book ever, but it's definitely a good send-off for her. I was kind of smiling throughout the first third of the book, which does a good job of balancing fondness for the past with uncertainty about the future. I wish all the members of the Babysitters Club could get a big resolution like this. At the same time, I'm glad that there's an actual storyline, and the entire book is not just a clip show of Mallory's greatest hits. We get to see what her new life is like, and for the most part, she's happy. I wish there had been more with Jesse. Say, a chapter where Mallory and Jesse trade emails about how things are going. There were some places where I wish Mallory went into more detail. Like she says Alexis is bossy and insulted her friends. I wanted that to be a scene, not a 2-sentence summary. I'm not the only reader who thought Alexis had undiagnosed mental health issues. I think it would have been fine if the book went that route. I had a terrible roommate all throughout college, so I can sympathize with Mallory's situation. Overall, I thought it was a good way to bid farewell to Mallory Pike. The emotions and Mallory's personality were spot on. I'm going to miss reading about Mallory. Or at least I would miss Mallory if she wasn't the dorkiest member of the club. Good book? More like good riddance. I give Babysitters Club number 126, the all-new Mallory Pike, an 8 out of 10.